to our latest F4 race. I was doing the maths, I was trying to work out whether Finn McLaughlin could wrap things up here. If things go perfectly for him in this, he can get 78 points clear and he needs 80 to win the championship. So not quite, but he's got one hand. So we're going to be looking forward to that race one on Saturday at Brands Hatch.
Yeah, absolutely. But Molnar has really got to work hard in this race to try and get as many points as he can. Maybe even back McLaughlin into the rest of the pack. But yeah, it is getting closer and closer for McLaughlin taking that trophy for the championship, isn't it?
It is. It's not over yet for Martin Molnar. What he will do is take it race by race, try and limit the damage as best he can with Finn McLaughlin in the points, and then of course at Brands Hatch try and take the championship down to race 2 and ultimately into race 3. That's what he's going to do, and we'll know he'll do that because he came out after a dismal race 1 earlier today to go and obviously get the fastest lap. So he didn't have any place points, but he went out and got the fastest lap, which was absolutely key in what he needed to do.
Absolutely, yeah. No, he's, we should see an interesting race here, but yeah, we want to see some action for sure. The reverse grid race earlier was absolutely fantastic, so let's see some more of that in this third race.
Here's how they line up. Meeting outright pole to Martin Molnar, Finn McLaughlin alongside. Then it's Ari Bansal and Tommy Harfield. Jimmy Peziek and Henry Jocelyn complete our top 6. 7th on the grid is Ella Lloyd. Dries van Langendonk next up from Ethan Jeff Hall, race 2 winner. And then August Raber. Joseph Smith, rookie winner in the previous race, next to Adam Alazari. Rowan Campbell Pilling lines up next with Charlie Edge. Thomas Behrman and Hani Sadiq on row 8. The 9th row, Chase Fernandez and Theo Palmer. Following them, Ian Kraling and Tom Ingram Hill. Behind them, Juhal Fu and Elba Larson. Cole Hewitson and Xavier Avramidis, and the grid completed by Henry Mercier and Alexander Savinkov. Savinkov made good progress from similar position after problems in qualifying, made good progress in races 1 and 2. It'll be interesting to see what he can do, but focus is rightly at this stage of the season going to be very much on our top 2. Molnar under a bit of pressure. McLaughlin can't wrap it up, so all he can do, take the points here and try and do his best to sort things out as quickly as possible at Brands Hatch.
Peziek's still in it, isn't he? He's still in the mix. He's not too far behind.
He is, yeah. Jimmy Peziek, 242, is only another 5 points behind Molnar. So technically, you know, if Peziek doesn't finish, then it's going to put it beyond Molnar. Beyond Peziek. As we look at Cole Hewitson in the 33, the young South African driver.
New livery. New livery this weekend for Hewitson.
Yep, looks good.
Black and orange this time rather than the pink, the pink, white and blue. A bit like Chase Fernandez's car actually, which is green and black. This one's orange and black. But yeah, big shout out for Jeff Hall, who won his first race earlier in the day.
Ethan Jeff Hall did a cracking job in that race, Phil. You're absolutely right. Lights are on. Longish way. Great start by McLaughlin. Not so good by Martin Molnar. McLaughlin here is going to take some more points out. He's going to be difficult to pass around here, and that was a great start as well from was that Peziek?
Peziek.
Jimmy Peziek up into 2nd position, and it's potentially getting into 2nd in championship. Harfield's having a go at Molnar as well.
Molnar's having a nightmare, terrible start, terrible first few corners. He has kept 3rd, but Peziek is going down the inside. He's got a run now on McLaughlin, but he's going to be on the outside as they go into Brooklands. Are they going to make contact? They look very, very close there, but they need to stay out of trouble as they come into Brooklands. Who's going to break latest?
Here they come, there's a 5-way scrap. The leaders all together here on lap 1. It's McLaughlin hanging on to it, Peziek in P2. Harfield's gone around the outside. He's in 3rd place, but he's having a good go on the championship 2nd place man. Then we've got Ari Bansal in the white and red Fortec car. Molnar goes over the gravel. That's not going to do him any favours. Loses momentum. And now we've got Tommy Harfield clearly into 3rd place, but pressure now from Bansal, having looked around the outside. The white and red car going to have a go at Molnar. He's down to 5th. Molnar down to 5th from pole.
Bansal and Harfield are absolutely flying this weekend, so I'm expecting big things in this final race as they're fighting hard to try and stay with the leaders. Peziek has a big moment under brakes, but he's managed to control it, and McLaughlin's still got this under control.
Van Langendonk in the mix as well. He's behind Molnar now, so the driver in his 2nd event with us in British F4. But it's McLaughlin, appropriately perhaps the championship leader. Look at that, they're all jostling for position behind, including Henry Jocelyn, as they come down into Brooklands for the 2nd time. Is Peziek going to be able to close in on McLaughlin? This is similar to yesterday's opening race. McLaughlin managed to get the jump on pole sitter Tommy Harfield yesterday. Harfield dropped back, then closed in. They traded fastest laps. McLaughlin held on for the race win, but this one I think might follow a similar pattern as we look briefly at Al-Azhari, leads across the line again. McLaughlin settling into this, fastest flying lap for him as well, 56.026 for the championship leader.
Yeah, absolutely flying, like you said. He is actually starting to pull away a little bit from Pasiq, so he's either going to have to try and stay with him, or Harfield needs to try and make the jump on Pasiq to try and stop McLaughlin winning this race. But at the minute, it looks like you said, in race one, where McLaughlin just disappeared.
Jocelyn chasing Al-Azhari, the Al-Azhari, the white and black, the road in colour, and then the traditional white and red Fortec with the blue mirrors. Is there as well. Down we go again. Bansal taking a slightly tighter line. Having a look for second position was Tommy Harfield there. Tommy had a little jink over to the left. Had a look at Jimmy Pasiq. The battle is on for P2 now. Pasiq goes wide. Harfield's going to do. He did this move in race 2. Slots the car at the inside. Hasn't quite got the momentum. Pasiq recovered from that.
Not quite. He nearly managed to stick it down the inside, but Pasiq had enough momentum to keep him at bay. But now look at him go, trying to get down the inside. He gets squeezed to the pit wall. Just enough room for them to get through.
Proper F4 racing again. This is why this is the FIA approved category. This is very much part of the official ladder up into Formula 1 racing. And Tommy Harfield, if Tommy Harfield doesn't get a chance to go further up the ladder, I'll be very, very disappointed for him. Such a talented youngster. And he is there in 3rd place. First race winner for the Chris Dittman team. Every team's won a race this year. Make no apology for saying that again. It's just the class of this championship. Here comes Harfield again. Has a look. He's got the inside run down into Brooklyn. It's the left-hander. Pasiq should know that's a done deal. He'll try and hang it round the outside. But Harfield up into P2.
I think Pasiq thought that we may as well just stop battling and I'll let you have a go at trying to catch the leader, because he didn't make that difficult at all. So I think Pasiq's used his head there.
Jimmy P. Heard him talking to the fans over the lunch break. Very intelligent youngster is Jimmy P. Great value with the fans, and yeah, that would seem like a decent enough move as Molnar tries to get back there. Ari Bansal trying to challenge for 4th place. Dries van Langendonk in orange and black behind them, and Molnar's going around the outside. Is he going to get the move done?
He has done, but he's still there. He can't squeeze him to any more. Bansal's on the curve. Bansal's on the inside now. Can Langendonk go down the inside as well? No, they're still side by side as they go through Beckett's.
Molnar is a proper racer, isn't he? They all are actually in the front group. Van Langendonk busy, chased by August Raber. Contact between the two. How is this going to pan out now? I think Molnar's got the run. He's braved it out. He's got the inside run. This is what Harfield did last time. And Bansal's going to have another go. But Bansal's going to hang on the outside as well. Can he do it? No, they're very, very tight. And Molnar's going to go wide. Bansal's going to go back through.
Still side by side.
And Van Langendonk too far back to make the most of this. But what about this, Phil?
Look at this. They've done a whole lap now, side by side. This is amazing. I cannot believe there's been no contact. This is great driving between these two guys in the Virtuosi and Fortec cars.
It is great racing. This is what we love about this. They're still side by side. Is this going to end in tears, or are we going to see a good, clean run? They're losing out to, I'll tell you what, Pasiq's being left, isn't he, by Harfield. These two still side by side. They're almost glued together. This can't carry on. No. Van Langendonk wants to join the party as well. And as a result, Molnar decides to chop back to the inside. And he's going to try a different line here. He said, you had the outside at Brooklands last time. I'll try it and grab the inside as we go through Luffield. See how that pays out. At the moment, though, it looks like Bansal's just got the edge as they go down to Brooklands again. Yep. He has. Molnar cuts across. Sees Van Langendonk coming into the mix. August Raven behind as well. And Harfield's up with the leader.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tommy Harfield's with the leader.
Whilst we're watching that battle for 4th, it's Harfield that's now all over McLaughlin. Let's see if we can see the CDR car get his 2nd win of the year. But that's Hewitson that's out as McLaughlin is defending from Harfield. Can Harfield go around the outside as he gets the fastest lap? He doesn't quite make it stick there, but now he's got some pace.
Tommy Harfield would have been the Challenge Cup winner, I think, had he elected to just do the 8 rounds, but he opted into the last 2. Obviously, last time out at Donington, he got the first win for Chris Dittman Racing, and now we're seeing him battling on even terms the championship leader, and that really underlines, Phil, great decision, wasn't it, to drop out of the Challenge Cup?
Yeah, no, definitely. He's definitely one for the championship. It's a shame he didn't have some better results, especially at Donington, I think it was, when he got wiped out. But yeah, he deserved that win as well. But here we are with the safety car for Hewitson, who's in the gravel. So not a great weekend for him. He did have a great race early on in the day against Larson, but yeah, unfortunately, he's out the race now, and yeah, we've got the safety car out.
Yeah, shame for Hewitson. As I said, rookie driver. For those of you who haven't watched F4 before, if it's the yellow background, it's a first-year car driver. You can race in junior categories like Ginetta or Fiesta Junior. If you've done that, then you lose rookie status car-wise. So there are sort of brand newcomers, but there are also drivers that can qualify as rookies that have done, you know, maybe a little bit more karting or other. Oh, Ian Crayling's just come into pit lane as well.
Yeah, just saw him come into the pits. He's obviously got an issue, a puncture or something maybe. But it also looked like Hewitson had a puncture. There might be a jump start there. I'm sure I saw a car move further back.
You're a harbinger of doom, Mr. Glenn.
I know, sorry. I did.
Who was it?
It might have been Jocelyn, you know.
Yeah.
I think I saw something on the TSL screen earlier that there's a car under investigation. But yeah, Jocelyn might be under investigation for a jump start, which is not great for him.
Jocelyn, of course, had loads of poles, didn't he, earlier on in the season? Did you have a look out for him? Looking for white and red a little bit further back.
Yeah, definitely. It's close. It's definitely close, but we will see if there is any penalties coming up on our screens. But yeah, Hewitson, I wouldn't mind seeing what exactly happened to him, because that's an unusual place to be off the track at Brooklands. It looked like the tyre was off the rim, so either he's had contact or he's slid through the gravel sideways and it's ripped the tyre off the rim, but I'm sure we'll see that later.
I think we're certainly going to get another lap under safety car. The rescue crews, as ever, doing a super job and clearing things up as quickly as possible. This is a short lap, so you sometimes do get the extra tours whilst the safety car is out. And Scott Stringfellow, our safety car driver, there he is, Cole Hewitson.
Yeah, he doesn't look too upset. So maybe there's not too much damage. But yeah, I don't think we've managed to catch that on camera. So yeah, it's a shame for him, shame for the XL team. There's 3 other XL cars out there, so they'll all be fighting for team points. And I think they're talking about team points. The team championship is still up for grabs between the usuals, High Tech and Rodin.
It is.
I think there's about 30 points between them, is what they're
saying. Right in saying though, High Tech now, he's all rookies, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah,
yes,
I mean,
it is.
That's a mega job, isn't it?
Yeah, no, amazing. They did have Leo Robinson early on in the year, but he had to pull out. So yeah, that's when they brought Joseph Smith, who was in Ginetta Juniors, into the category, who started on pole early on in the day. I think did he get 4th or 5th?
I think it was 5th and rookie class win, which was the story there.
Yeah, really good job from him. So hope to see him back next year, back with High Tech. I think High Tech, I think a lot of the teams have actually filled a lot of their seats. So yeah, it's going to be a big grid next year.
Yeah, I think it's going to be bigger than it is. Say it's the way that MSUK have nurtured the championship, continue to develop it, promote it, water it. You have to do that with your championships. You have to look after them. It sounds like a common sense thing to say, but they really have. And some drivers have dipped in and out. You know, where they allow drivers to do the Challenge Cup, where you do 7, you can 7 pre-elected rounds out of the 10, and that means that teams can get other drivers in for a shout for other rounds. It's flexible, terrific racing, as we've said. This is always one of my favourite tracks for, you know, as Brands Hatch used to be for me the spiritual home for Formula Ford 1600, the precursor of this. But yeah, Silverstone National is my favourite circuit for F4.
Yeah, it's not their favourite for sure, but they like the GP circuit. Track. Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, you've got some great viewing areas, especially Brooklands and Luffield. You've got a very good section there. Yeah, turn 1 on the banking at turn 1 is very good to watch. But yeah, the points there on the screen. So Pasiek and Molnar are actually joint on points at the minute with 257. But yeah, just a little bit too far away from McLaughlin in the Red Bull car. We will see another Red Bull car next year, I believe. So
will we?
Back with High Tech. I think there's one of the young guns coming through.
Is that from juniors or
I
from
think it might be. There are a couple of drivers in Ginetta Juniors in the Red Bull livery cars. So I'm hoping we see one of those.
That would be good.
It'll be good to see.
There's loads of testing going on at the moment, isn't there? A lot of juniors are coming up and having a go at testing and working out where they want to go. Chatting to one of the JHR mechanics at an event a couple of weeks ago, and they were saying that basically all the drivers they were testing were called Ethan.
Yeah. There's a few Ethans out there. I don't know why. It's weird. It's yeah, obviously we've got one on the grid of Ethan, Jeff Hall, who got his first win earlier today. I think we saw that in the lunch break, and yeah, it was fantastic to see that Mercedes junior driver with Argenti doing a great job of making an amazing move around the outside, going into Brooklands from 3rd to 1st, and taking his first win against his teammate. Raber, who finished 2nd.
It was a hard-earned win, wasn't it? It was, you know, nothing really reverse grid about it, was it? He had to work to get into the lead, and it was a job very well done.
Yeah, it was superb. So yeah, he's finally got his first win, and hopefully we will see many more. Well, there's not much chance this year. We've only got one more round at Brands Hatch with 3 races. So he is pretty good around there, although he didn't have the best of races to win the championship in Jeanette Juniors at Brands GP last year, but he still took the championship, and he also took the World Karting Championship as well. So yeah, an absolute star of the future, and hopefully we see him back next year.
I hope so. Is it likely he might do a second?
I think so. I think he needs to. You know, he's had some good results, lots of podiums, but I think he's only about 8th or 9th in the championship, so he does need to really do another year just to prove himself, as we see everyone do another lap around the Silverstone National Circuit. It's just taken a little bit longer than expected to get that car moved and clean the track, and then we can get going again.
The other thing I was going to point out is Ari Bansal was running in 4th. To my maths, and this is subject to official confirmation, Bansal, by my reckoning, Phil, is going to wrap up Challenge Cup here, because he's 12.5 points clear, but Lloyd can't do any more events. Alan Lloyd's done 7 events. So out of all the chasers, I reckon we might have our Challenge Cup winner here, which will be Bansal, and he's still got a round to spare.
He well deserves it as well.
But that's subject to confirmation. I would say that's my maths, so we all know where we go on my maths conversations.
I think in previous years you've been pretty bang on, so...
It's very kind of you. Checks in the post.
Lights are out on the safety car, on the Lotus safety car, and McLaughlin is our new leader. He is going to be backing them up as he comes into Luffield. He might go early, he might leave it till quite late, but he's still weaving to try and just put off the drivers behind. My bet is he's going to go nice and wide going into Brooklands and get the best exit. Oh, he keeps it tight. When's he going to go?
Harfield's reading this quite well by my reckoning as well. He's keeping a very keen eye on him, isn't he?
Oh, it's nice. He's done a good job there. He's gone to the inside to make it look like he's not going, and he's pulled away. But Harfield's done a good job to stay with him there.
Yeah, really good. That was one of the most fascinating restarts I've seen behind safety car. Both guys knew what they were doing. Look, nice tidy start. Now Harfield had the fastest lap before the safety car. They've got to get away from Bezique again before they can challenge, as Al-Azhari starts to have a look at August Raber. Van Langendonk in front of them, but it was a decent restart though, and it looks like McLaughlin has had the better of that. He's breaking the ground. Remember, before safety car, Harfield was all over him, and that's not happening for the moment.
No, it's not. He's pulled away there nicely, but yeah, Bezique is gone with Harfield. You can see further back, there's Rowan Campbell-Pilling and Fernandez battling hard further back in 14th place. So as you can see, the Fortec car, Bansal going down the inside there, keeping Molnar behind, as Bezique is trying to stay on terms with the leaders.
He is, so Martin Molnar wants to close up some points. He's got Dries van Langendonk, who will take points off of him doing the last couple of races. Possibly we'll see him in British F4 as well next year. Some of the drivers will go out to the Emirates and race in the sunshine. That's a nice thing, isn't it? You'll be going out there to coach people.
Yeah, absolutely. I love going out there. It's really good for them as well. They get a lot of racing, a lot of qualifying, a lot of practice, and it's really good training for a lot of these drivers. But yeah, some of the teams don't do it. Some of the teams test and race in Spain or in other winter series. Some go to the Middle East. Either way, it gives these guys a lot more practice to know exactly what they're doing when they come and do their main championship.
Molnar up into 4th place now, as we were just chatting about.
Harfield's going down the inside. What a move down the inside of Brooklands. It was a bit of a dummy, went to the outside and threw it down the inside, and now he leads the race. McLaughlin is going to have to fight hard, but will he fight that hard?
He doesn't need to, but he's a racer. McLaughlin would love the wins. I do wonder whether, as you said, there is an element that, you know, maybe, but he's not necessarily going to go for the win. That's Larson. Is that like to be a wing again? That seems to be the most common problem, doesn't it? Getting entangled and having a wing hitting the back of the car. Shame for Elba, who was on the podium earlier on. Hummed and hard when I asked if she was coming back next year. I think we've lost Charlie Edge from the race as well, but Harfield, that was a great move.
Yeah, and you also saw there was another safety car. She's obviously got stuck in the gravel. That is a nightmare for the viewers and for us to have to go through another safety car around the national circuit. But it's obviously for safety reasons. She is stuck. Obviously, there's no tyre on that rim. So Harfield now leads, so it's his turn to try and get the restart absolutely bang on. But it was looking tasty between Langendonk, Molnar and Bansal further back for 4th, 5th and 6th. So I think that's going to be getting nice and exciting for the last few laps of the race.
It will. There's been so much to look at here. Just having a look down the top 10. Rowan Campbell-Pilling has managed to get into the top 10 again, ahead of Al-Azhari now. In terms of the rookies, it's McLaughlin, unsurprisingly, from Van Langendonk and Smith. I think we're going to have a look at what happened at the end of the incident.
Oh, there's quite a few involved, isn't there? So yeah, she's just got turned around quite early. So she's, yeah, it's interesting. Maybe there was contact earlier on in the lap, and yeah, it looks like the marshal's doing a great job here, and hopefully get this car off the track so we don't have to have this safety car out for too long.
I think we're going to take another look at the move that Tommy Harfield made. So here they come down the straight.
So McLaughlin goes to defend initially, then he decides, no, it's all right, I've got loads of room, so I'm going to go back to the outside. Then Harfield throws it down the inside. Absolute textbook move from Harfield. Really, really superb bit of driving, actually from both drivers. But yeah, he did actually make it look very, very good to try and get that move done past McLaughlin. So yeah, very good from Harfield. Very impressed.
That side-by-side lap and a half or so, wasn't it, that we had with Bansal and Molnar. That is why I like this track, because if you get the drivers that respect each other, that are at this level, this is a high level of racing, very high level, then they can entertain us like that. There aren't too many tracks where you can do that, but
no,
you can.
No, you're right, because it is very wide. It is an F1 circuit, so it is very wide, so you can do that. You wouldn't see that happen at Knockhill, would you?
No, and we won't next year. I don't think
no,
it'll become there for next year. It's a shame, yeah.
Yeah, it is a great circuit for... well, it's a great circuit, but it's, unfortunately, cars have got more modern, they got bigger, they got stiffer. They don't suit that sort of circuit, and especially for a lot of these drivers who are trying to make a career in single-seaters, Knockhill is not really a circuit that they need to know that well, and that type of circuit, it needs to be more, unfortunately, in a way, it needs to be more like these sort of circuits, like the Abu Dhabis, the Silverstones. You know, Zandvoort's a pretty good circuit for you know, a little bit of history as well. But again, it's still an F1 circuit, nice and wide, and it's good for these up-and-coming single-seater drivers.
Yeah, it is, yeah. So it'd be a shame, but we'll have some. Sure, we'll have some guest formally of note and value at Knockhill. Does that mean you won't be coming up then to Knockhill?
I know. I quite like it up there. It's a nice little holiday.
Well, that's a shame. We'll engineer something, I'm sure.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what. You carry my bags up there. I'll carry yours to Dubai.
Yeah. Right, are we going to get this car out of the way?
It's not fully gone, is it?
No,
so
it needs to be pulled over towards those marshals that you can see on the inside waving the yellow flag. So it's not far. So we're moving. So we're looking good. Hopefully, maybe
next lap will be the
next
last
lap.
One,
Yeah.
And then Tommy Harfield's got to think about his restart, which I'm sure he'll be okay with. He obviously, McLaughlin might have some ideas. He's been in that scenario.
I quite liked McLaughlin's. I was expecting him to go nice and wide and get a really good exit, but he left it a little bit later. I suppose you've got to try something different. Everyone's expecting him to do that. And he waited till he got to the inside of the exit of the final corner and caught them all off guard.
Spoken about Harfield as if he's sort of not anywhere in the main championship. We were talking about him being challenged. He's actually fourth in the overall standing. So, you know, he could possibly, if he outscores Pazik heavily, which he's not going to do here, but if he does so at Brands Hatch, he could get third position at Brands Hatch. And, you know, this is a driver that's come through Fiesta Juniors. You know, we've mentioned before the likes of Joseph Lowe and Deegan Fairclough as the lights on the safety car go out. It's not an unusual route now, and there are some junior drivers from Fiestas as well as Janetta coming up and looking at F4, so they're all viable routes. But back in the day, you probably wouldn't have expected them to take that.
No, I know it's happened quite a lot more often now with the Fiesta Juniors. A completely different type of car to these cars. So yeah, the Janetta Juniors is the normal because it's rear-wheel drive. With the Fiestas, they're front-wheel drive. So yeah, it's a big ask. Let's see. So that's the restart that I was expecting from McLaughlin, but it's still done very well by Harfield.
Yeah, Tommy Harfield.
Very well.
Yeah, indeed. He leads the way. It's actually probably, net result is he's a little bit further ahead. McLaughlin did break the toe on the first lap, so we'll see whether McLaughlin can close in on the toe on Tommy Harfield, the race leader. Pazik third. Bansal is fourth on his way to the Challenge Cup, we think. Molnar in fifth place. Van Langenhoek still in sixth. Black and white flag for Ian Kraling for track limits.
He's also a lap down as well. No, he's not. He's still on the main lap. But he did come into the pits earlier, so maybe he got away with it with the safety car. He didn't go a lap down because everyone else was under the safety car. But Harfield's doing a great job here as he's opening up the corner into Brooklands. Pazik is trying to stay on terms with McLaughlin, but further back it's a lot closer than it is for the top three.
Very close indeed. Are we going to see Tommy Harfield pick up a second win for himself in the championship, but also a second win in the championship period for Chris Dittman Racing?
Yeah, so that'd be good. Great to see them have another successful weekend. They, like I said earlier, they nearly had a win at Donington as well, didn't they?
Did.
So this should have been their third win. But look, further back, we've got all the Excel cars fighting hard to try and keep position. That's I think that's Palmer and Fu and Savanik as well. Savinkov? Sorry.
Near enough.
Yeah.
That's all right.
These new names.
The drivers always say, I don't mind, but we do try, we do care, we do actually try.
I had to correct that, sorry about that. But yeah, and we've got one of the JHR cars as well, who's battling hard to try and stay with the pack.
It's Harney, isn't it? I think Harney Sadiq, after his crash in race #1, trying to get in the mix as well, but Harfield leads them around 2 minutes 32 to go. Harfield, McLaughlin and Pazik on the podium again. Bansal back ahead of Molnar, so those two have traded places a couple of times in this one. Molnar has fought, he is a great little fighter. I'm looking forward to seeing how his career pans out further on, but Harfield away now from McLaughlin.
He certainly is, yeah. He's now set the fastest lap of the race of 55 dead, and he is 7/10 clear of McLaughlin, but McLaughlin doesn't need to do anything. He's ahead of his main championship rivals. Harfield, like you said, he's in 4th position. So yeah, McLaughlin's just thought, no, it's fine, I can finish second. I won early, I won yesterday. We obviously didn't have a great second race, but it didn't matter because neither did Molnar. So yeah, he's really thinking about the championship now, isn't he?
He is very much. Fortec, he's not only getting the Challenge Cup as well with Bansal, who's done a super job since he has been in. Side by side going on there, which I think was Al-Azhari and Campbell Pilling, was it? Getting side by side, getting stuck in.
It's Jocelyn, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think they're having a good battle. We can see again with Bansal. He is he's managing to keep Molnar behind, but like you said, Fortec done an amazing job. They've had a really quick peddler with Jocelyn all year, and Bansal coming in as well, who's doing a dual program with GB4. He's really sort of put Fortec back on the map.
Going back to Jocelyn was unlucky, wasn't he? Had lots of pole positions, just couldn't get the rub of the green, get the car started to his liking. But could have had a couple of wins earlier in the season for Fortec. Smith goes a little bit wider in the #2 car, up ahead of Chase Fernandez, number 91 of the junior front runners. Lone race winner for Excel Motorsport. It's coming on to the leaders heading up towards their last lap now with 45 seconds to go. Yeah,
Al-Azhari trying to make a move. I think that's on Behrman, wasn't it? But didn't quite make it stick. As you can see, Fernandez down the inside of Smith. So yeah, great move from Fernandez. Like you said, he's won lots of races in Ginetta Juniors and also won some races in F4. But we have one more lap now to see if anyone can make some more moves.
We have, there's confirmation. Bansal's P4 just off the podium. Rookie podium, McLaughlin, Van Langendonk and Behrman. Behrman's had a quiet weekend in terms of podium. We normally see him up there or thereabouts, and I think this is his first rookie podium of the weekend, but it's Harfield who is keen here to get that second win for Chris Dittman Racing. So look a little bit further back, Ella Lloyd stuck in, that's down in 15th place, chasing Smith, Palmer behind her, then Savinkov. Clock's run downfield, closing stages of this one, and here is Tommy Harfield. 2 wins for Chris Dittman. I tell you what, neither of them flukes. They've worked really hard, the team. Tommy Harfield's done well too, you know, by and large, the only driver for the team for most of the time, so he's done it with very little data from teammates, and now takes his second win of the season, second win for Chris Dittman Racing. Fionn McLaughlin gets closer to the championship with P2. Jimmy Pazik keeps his, I think, title hopes alive, or certainly a stronger finish alive, with 3rd position from Ari Bansal. Then it was Martin Molnar completing the top 6 and Dries van Langendonk in 6th.
Yeah, that was superb, and you can see McLaughlin there congratulating Harfield, so great bit of sportsmanship there. But what a drive from Harfield, what an effort from CDR.
Yeah, mega job for them. They were absolutely made up with the first win. I think, you know, in many respects, they'll probably be even more delighted with win #2, and they've been knocking on the door of it, as you said, with Donington Park and now here at Silverstone. The other thing is the wins are coming at different tracks as well. It's not just like, oh, it was a one-track wonder. Yeah,
exactly, yeah. No, it's superb to see. And as well, Bansal, who's looks like he is the Challenge champion. So Challenge Cup champion, brilliant drive from him in this race and all year. And congratulations to him and the Fortec team.
Absolutely, well done to both of them. Delighted to see that. And with a round to spare, I'm sure he'll still be at Brands Hatch to get stuck in on the GP circuit, which we're very excited about. Always a terrific meeting on Brands Hatch GP. But Harfield in the 21 car, I think maybe just enjoying the moment as he comes into pit lane. So Harfield, McLaughlin, Peziek, Bansal, Molnar, Van Langendonk. Here's confirmation of round 27. Just 3 races left now in this year's championship. And it's Tommy Harfield that takes the win by a second and a half from Finn McLaughlin. Jimmy Peziek next from Ari Bansal and Martin Molnar. Dries van Langendonk and August Reber are next from Ethan Jeff Hall. Rowan Campbell pilling up into 9th at the end ahead of Thomas Behrman, and they complete our top 10. Adam Alazari takes 11th from Chase Fernandez. Joseph Smith 13th from Ella Lloyd. Theo Palmer and Alexander Savinkov next from Hani Sadiq. Xavier Avramides, Henry Jocelyn and Yu Hao Fu. 21st goes to Tom Ingram Hill. Henry Mercier next up from Ian Crailing. Charlie Edge had a pit stop. He's classified 24th. And we saw retirements for Elba Larsen and Cole Hewitson. Championship table as we head to Brands Hatch will be headed by Finn McLaughlin. McLaughlin heads the table as we head to Brands Hatch. Jimmy Peziek in P2 jointly with Martin Molnar. Tommy Harfield 4th from August Reber and Ethan Jeff Hall. Adam Alazari 7th from Henry Jocelyn. The top 10 completed by Thomas Behrman and Rowan Campbell Pilling. The Rookie Championship, Finn McLaughlin champion from Thomas Behrman 2nd ahead of Theo Palmer, Cole Hewitson and Xavier Avramides. And congratulations again to Ari Bansal from Ella Lloyd in P2. Charlie Edge is 3rd, great result for him over the season. Elba Larsen in 4th and Ian Crailing in 5th place. Many of the drivers in the challenge we won't see at Brands Hatch because they've completed their rounds. We wish them well for their onward journey in motorsport. Here is the Challenge Cup winner, Ari Bansal. Congratulations, Ari. We wish him well too. I'm sure we'll see him at Brands Hatch for another go just to extend his lead in that one. And also, we see Tommy Harfield, our race winner. We'll catch up with him after this short break. Please stay with us.